Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Ascolese, the inventress. Welcome to my podcast. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Ascolese, the inventress. Welcome back, guys. I cannot tell you how motivated I am because of you. Every single week that we do this podcast, I'm jumping out of my skin. I'm here with my daughter, Brittany Ascolese. She can't stand when I say her first and last name, but I'm just saying.
I think all the listeners know by this point how irritating that is.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
I'm just saying. I have to introduce you first and last name.
But can I introduce myself? Why can't I introduce myself?
Should you introduce yourself?
I'm an independent person. I think I should.
I get that. I mean, if you want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the way we're starting the show, though.
Whatever.
I don't know. Like, should you introduce you?
I think so. It's me.
I don't know, though. Brittany, really? Okay, so we'll ask the listeners what they think. Should I say, hi, everybody, I'm Lisa Ascolese, the inventress. This is my daughter, Brittany Ascolese.
I think they would agree with me in saying...
So when do we pause and say...
When I signal you to say, hey, like every time I'm about to say my name, I take a breath and you just keep going. But whatever, it is what it is. Wait,
so should I pause?
Whatever makes... you feel, whatever flows.
Okay.
I'm just the co-host. This is your show. Do what you got to do. Introduce me. Don't introduce me.
No, you're introduced.
Okay.
First and last name twice.
Awesome. Oh, God.
I have to do it twice.
Don't do it twice.
You're so nice. I have to say it twice.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Anyway, moving on. Hope everyone has had a good week or is having a good week right now. Mom just made an amazing batch of fried chicken, which she never really makes. So it's a huge deal. It's a huge, huge deal. It was very good. It was delicious, actually. I ate like a gavone.
For those of you who don't know what gavone is, look it up.
They should know.
No, they don't all.
Yeah, but if I said I ate like a gavone, you can kind of guess what I'm saying.
What gavone means,
don't make them. Don't dumb them down. I'm sure a few people know what that means.
All right, so that's an email.
That's an email.
No, it is, because you can't assume that everybody knows what a gavone is, Brittany. You really can't.
All right. Anyway, moving on again.
You're an Italian child, Italian, American, Jamaican. So for you, you know what that means?
I ate like a pig. That's what it meant. Are you all happy? Anyway, it was very good.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about what happened to me this past week, because I feel like, being my authentic self, as you like to say to everyone, be your true authentic self. Yeah. I went to the doctor and I got blood work done. The whole 9 yards. I haven't gotten blood work in a very long time. And everything came out normal.
Thank you, Jesus.
It is crazy.
Heavenly
I
Father.
looked at I'm like in shock. The cholesterol's good. LDLs.
But let me ask you something. Why are you in shock?
Because I haven't gone to the doctor in several years.
You're a baby. Why would you
I'm
think
28.
that things are not... You eat well.
I know,
You've
but
got
you
a good balanced
never
diet.
know.
No, but why are you shocked that everything...
I'm a social drinker. My liver could be God knows what, but everything's fine.
Wait. Are you drinking more than I know?
I drink every weekend.
All right, so you drink. You know what? You're a 20-something-year-old kid. That's what these kids do.
I know. Well, some of them are, they're more.
But you're kind of normal. So
anyway,
So you also take things that are good for your body. So like when you take things into your body, you also want to make sure that you're putting good things when you deplete your body of certain hormones. You want to make sure that you put things back in. Like I've always given you vitamins and stuff to like replenish the things that are being taken out. So anyway,
I'm just saying I'm very happy. I thought since we reference Seinfeld all the time on this podcast, I'm very George Costanza in the sense that. Sorry, guys, that was my phone. In a sense that...
Don't apologize.
All right, I'm not sorry. In a sense that I'm worried about everything. And I thought something was going to happen to me. But I'm fine. I'm very fortunate, very happy about that. So I just wanted to share that because it really brightened up my day that nothing's wrong with me.
It bothered you?
No, it made me happy that nothing's wrong with me.
Okay, but it bothered you a little bit when you went to
I
go
always
take the
think
test.
there's something's going to be wrong with me. I'm like, great, my liver, my blood sugar, something, I don't know.
Okay.
I just thought. But besides that, another reason that I'm excited is we're actually interviewing a couple tonight. We're interviewing them. They have a product that I can't name because it's not patented yet, but they found Mom through, I believe, YouTube or something, or Facebook.
I think it was YouTube, yes.
And they're amazing. They're from Ohio. Their story of persevering and just pushing the limits, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's coming up later. So we will be playing that shortly. But for now, it's October. How amazing is it?
Halloween.
It's finally It's finally October. It's cold outside. It's my favorite time of the year.
My gosh, Brittany.
Apple cider, picking pumpkins, picking apples. It's just, I love the leaves, the color, the orange, the red.
Yes.
I love it.
What are your memories as a child, and what are your memories as a child? I mean, and I'll jump in for a second and just say, we've always done pumpkin picking, apple picking, hay rides.
Well,
what
you
are
just
your...
said my memory. You just named all my memories.
Because I wanted to like joy. So, Brittany, with all that being said, so what were your memories as a child around this time of year? I know what mine are.
Apple picking.
Yeah, my God.
And with Dad, it was, we called it the apple heist.
Brittany, you know what? I'm not sure
that people can hear that.
Share.
Why not?
I don't know if you could share this whole thing.
Well, they're not going to arrest me.
Well,
so anyway,
they may arrest Daddy. It's like they're
not. No one can identify
him.
him.
I'm so
anyway,
sorry. No, Brittany,
I'm saying it.
I don't think you should say.
No, because now I said it, and now they're curious to why.
Keep them in limbo.
How, Mom? I said the
Brittany,
heist.
No. Mm-mm.
It's too late.
You can't say. No, you actually can't say.
Yes, I can.
You actually can't.
Why
you
can't I?
Say.
Why can't I?
Brittany, seriously?
Why can't I? I'm saying it. So,
go ahead. Say
Lord.
It.
So
Say
anyway,
it.
Okay, can I talk?
Go ahead.
So anyway, me and my dad and my sister would go apple picking, and we would go pick apples and all that stuff. And then what my dad would do is we'd pick the apples and stuff. He'd basically eat all the apples before we got to the car. So it's like we picked them, but we didn't pick them. So he'd bite.
They didn't pay.
He
picked and didn't pay.
Yeah, he picked the apple, ate it, and threw it across the field. That was the apple heist. It was a lot shorter than I anticipated it to be, but Mom kept battling me, saying it. All right, that was my story. So, Ma, what else? What is your favorite memory?
Pick and not pay.
All right, pick no pay. Anyway, what is your favorite fall thing? Do you like Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving's huge. I know it's coming up also. You're a big cooker on Thanksgiving.
So my holidays, we love all of the seasons. We love Thanksgiving. We love Christmas and all of that. And every Thanksgiving we have a traditional, a memorable moment, I would say. Typically we have like a runway moment.
We have themes to our Thanksgiving.
Every single Thanksgiving we have a theme. So this Thanksgiving is diamonds, right?
Yes.
So we have diamonds for napkin holders. So every single person who comes in for our Thanksgiving wears something that has something to do with diamonds.
Whether it be, dressing up like Elizabeth Taylor, wearing diamonds like you're going to an old Hollywood. It's almost like a Gatsby type of feel, almost like a 1920s feel, but it's going to be really fun. Mom will wear her long gloves, dripping in diamonds, whatever she has to do to make the night sparkle. And it's always fun. Our Thanksgivings and Christmases are always fun. I just like to share that with people because I don't know what your Thanksgivings are like, and we'll definitely be talking about this again as the month gets closer. But I just love fall, and I love the apple cider. It just makes me feel good. And I think the fall is a good time to, with your loved ones or your friends, to do more activities, like you said, hay rides, picking pumpkins, picking apples.
Wasn't that to me, Brittany, like that's my memory of us is hay rides, it's Wemrock, it's delicious orchards, it's all of that stuff. We live in Jersey, so like for us, it's all of those things that people just take for granted. We love doing those things with our children. They're older now, and I have to like twist their arms in order for them to do the things that I want to do. So you'll see me photoshopping pictures with Brittany, Gianna, Eddie.
Photoshop? No, you're not. There's no photoshopping.
I'm kind of. I have to do it this year.
You're not superimposing us into
I'm going to
anything.
have to. There's no way that all three of you are going to be in one shot.
That's probably just Thanksgiving.
I mean, Thanksgiving. Even that. Okay, so even that. Gianna's got her man.
Well, she lives in Old Bridge.
She's doing her thing.
Eddie, the oldest, lives in New York, so I can see why it'd be hard to get all three of us together.
So now, okay, another amazing conversation is getting your entire family in one room on one day. Like for Thanksgiving, I have to actually give in and give up my strong-arming person that I am when it comes to the holiday. So Gianna now has her man. She has to do things that his family does. Brittany, you have to do kind of like you've got to be like balanced. We have to balance our lives.
Well, I'm sure people, like our brother is married. He goes to Germany every other year.
But thank God he'll be here this year.
For Thanksgiving, yes.
And for for him and for all of his friends and for all of our family that's come every single year. So we can do that. But so now as you get older and get into your
Once
different
you have your own
relationships,
families.
Yeah. So John, I'm sure, will say, like, you know what? Maybe Brittany, can you come to my Aunt Mary's house for tiramisu? Gianna will be saying, can we do Ross's family for something else? And I'll be like, no, everyone just come here.
Not allowed.
For every single thing.
Which is not fair.
It's not fair, but it's the way I feel. I honestly and I'm just being honest.
I know that.
I'm just being honest. I want to be 1,000,000,000% selfish and say, okay, guys, you all just come here for Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. Because we do every holiday.
Because it's not like they have their own families.
No, I love and respect everybody else, but we do an amazing Thanksgiving. We do an amazing Christmas Eve. Like our Christmas Eves are off the chain. Why would you not just want to come here?
Because some people are like you and want to do things at their house with their family. They have relatives that are old, like in their 90s. They can't really move from one location.
Right.
I think I think everyone can relate at some, point of this where you have to be able to, be flexible.
And I'm learning to be flexible.
You're going to have to, because once we get married and have kids, we're going to go to
trying
like
to be
4
flexible.
Christmases, his house, their house, cousins,
I'm trying to be flexible, and I'm actually like putting together a whole thing so that I'm sharing this with John's mom and everybody else going, guys, just come to my house.
All right, so nothing got resolved. Everyone's coming to your house.
So everyone's coming here. So it's a good location.
All right.
It's a really local spot. It's right off of the Garden State Parkway.
Yeah, but some families in New York, they can't get here. You're the worst.
I'm horrible. I love all of you. Just come to my house every single holiday, and we'll figure these things out.
Great.
And I really don't mean that.
Yes, you do.
I know I do. I actually.
It's ridiculous.
Just come here to
All
my
right.
house.
Well, if anyone has any comments or insight about how they spend their holidays, please email us, theadventurouspodcast@gmail.com.
Come to my house.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yes.
Every holiday.
Okay.
Every Christmas. Thanksgiving.
All right. Why are you whispering now?
Oh, no. Was I?
Yeah.
Oh. I think that was subliminal. It wasn't me. I didn't.
You know, it's getting close to Halloween. Maybe it's the ghost that lives in here.
Just come here every time. You're all welcome.
Okay.
Just come to my house.
Anyway, I think we should switch gears. I want to get back into... So, the couple we're going to be speaking with in a few moments, I admire them so much. And, Mom, you introduced me to them.
Yes.
And they... Stop whispering.
No. I was in the... I'm sorry. I forgot. I was still... Oh, Siri's talking.
Oh, my God. Anyway.
Was I whispering?
Yes, Ma. You got stuck in the whisper.
Oh, my gosh. I was doing a whole subliminal thing.
And you got lost.
Just come to my house. Not for any reason. I love Jean's parents. And we can share holidays.
All right. I think we should end this because it's not going to get anywhere.
Come to my
Stop
house.
whispering. Anyway, so back to the important topic, your clients. James and Marci?
Yes.
Okay. I want to talk about, and we're going to talk to them in a little bit, how they are the perfect example of individuals and a couple that have a dream to do this thing, start a business, and they have so many obstacles before them. And it really didn't faze them. They just kept on going. No matter what roadblocks were there, they found a way, and they're patient. And I know we talked about this before. Patience is the biggest key to unlocking something that's going to be great.
I love the way you say that, Brittany, because it is I think a lot of inventors and entrepreneurs don't think about how important patience is moving forward. Like most inventors and entrepreneurs go, okay, I thought of this idea or this business. I'm doing this tomorrow and it's happening right now. It's happening right now. That's not real. That's not real. And so these clients of mine, I love them so much because they are such an incredible example of what real life actually is. And I believe, Brittany, you're bringing them on. You're going to do an interview.
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
do that soon.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're just amazing. And, like we said before, people don't expect to have so many roadblocks when they're building a company or making a product. They just think, I just go on YouTube, see how to do it, and I can do it. But what if something happens with manufacturing? What if a fee comes up that you didn't know you had to pay?
Yes.
What if, you need a patent or else we're not doing it, or you need this type of LLC, or you're going to be in trouble with this? It's, a lot of stuff pops up.
I love that you say that, Brittany, because so these are the things that actually happen with every single person. And these are the people what we're talking about are the ideal clients because they get it. They get it. So stuff happens on your day-to-day journey, especially when it comes to inventing, entrepreneurship. If you've never been there before, you've never experienced it. And I think that a lot of my clients and many people just out there go, I thought this would happen faster. I thought that when I came up with an idea, it would just be done, patented. It would be on a television show. It would be on Shark Tank. Guys, these people you're about to hear will tell you their journey and how important it is to have not just a passion, a destination, a goal, a love, a dream. Unless you're passionate about what you're doing, and I hate to sound negative, to sound like I'm not with you on your team, unless you have a passion, a destination, a reason for your season, you need to hang it up. And I can't even stand saying that, but it's the truth. Unless you're passionate about what you're doing and you see yourself moving into a place where there's going to be obstacles, all kinds of roadblocks, this position is not for you.
Also, I want to step in. Make sure you have a guide. Make sure you have someone that knows what they're talking about. And that's where, my mother comes in. They're going to talk about how they interacted with the inventress, how, she came to help them step by step. So, all right, guys, here's our interview with Marci and James. Okay, everyone, we have James and Marci here. How you doing, guys?
Oh, we're doing great.
Doing fine.
Awesome.
Really
Great. Now, James and Marci are from Ohio, and they have a really cool product, but they can't divulge it as of yet because it's not patented yet. However, we do want to hear their story and how they found my mother, the inventress. So, guys, tell us how, first of all, when did you think of this business and how my mother kind of helped you? What's the word I'm looking for? Got it going.
How I influenced them.
Yeah, influence, or just got the momentum to start it and make it grow.
I like the momentum thing. Yeah.
So how did you first encounter my mom?
Okay, I'll let Marci go with that part because it was Marci that found Lisa, and basically she could tell you, how that happened, and then I'll just follow through afterwards.
Sure.
Okay. Well, James is the inventor. We actually started selling some products on Amazon, a Bluetooth speaker and routers. And along that path, he was also coming up with some concepts of his own. And we also approached a company that didn't really work that well for us, so we just had to actually make some changes and redirect. At that time, he was watching Shark Tank, and I was watching some YouTube videos. Now, at that time, I didn't know what I was going to come across. I just saw a bunch of companies giving testimonials and talking about ways we could get you licensing deals, but it didn't really hit that spot for me. Something there was not the same. When I came across Lisa's video and then found out that when she talked about being a young inventor, that stuck out at me. She had also created that Bosom Buddy product when she was nursing her son. And just her overall enthusiasm, I said, this is something that James would be happy to watch as well. So he started watching the video as well, and we decided to go with Lisa. I don't want to over talk on that, but he'll give you more information about what we decided to do.
Okay, I want to go to the part where we're selling refurbished routers on Amazon. And we did pretty well. What we basically did was obtain the routers, and we were selling the routers at a reduced rate, basically undercutting everybody. And we sold about 25 routers in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And what had happened was that the person that we was buying the routers from asked the question, what are you doing with these routers? And, we let the cat out the bag. So the next thing we know, this guy was putting routers online, and he was selling them, which meant that he was undercutting us. So that was our business right there, though. So what we had to do was lower our prices, whereas we would just break even, and that basically took us out of the refurbished router business. So we was looking at another product that, you know, could be sold, electronics and stuff. So we went on Alibaba and we found these speakers that look like microphones. So we had sold those, but what it was that they came back dismantled, and what we had to do was fix them, put them back together, and we had called Amazon and complained about it. And what they did was they gave us our money back plus more, but we was able to keep the routers, and what I was able to, I mean, not routers, but speakers, and what I was able to do was sell it at a discount, still making a profit because we already got our money back. And, you know, I was saying to Marci that, you know, in order to make it in this business, we have to have a product that nobody else has. And basically we had to be pioneers out there. And I'm not going to say what the product is. Again, it's not patent yet. But I came up with a concept, and I feel that it works. It'll definitely work, though. But like I say, that's right around the corner, though. And so what Marci was doing, she was on YouTube, and she found Lisa's video. So she actually said, James, you should look at this. And really, you know, I'm coming back from work. I'm tired, and, you know, I was a little bit reluctant. But finally, you know, I went on ahead. And from what I was hearing from her and what she had said, you know, it basically fit everything that, you know, I needed. Now, I didn't know everything as far as getting my product, you know, out there, though, but we gave her a call and was able to reach her, and from what she said, you know, there's just a trust issue. There's a genuine trust. Like, you know, there are some businesses where they say that they could do something, but there's not that personal touch. There's not that way in which, you know, they make you feel that, you know, they're looking out, you know, for your being, your well-being, but they're looking out for, you know, your product to be made. Lisa was very genuine, and so, you know, we went with the consulting, and then from there, you know, we said that, okay, this is a good idea, because like I said, we didn't really know how to get there, though, but we just needed guidance, and what she had to offer, you know, she sent us something in which it was a step-by-step process on how to get there, and it made sense. So, you know, it was perfect. When I received my package, you know, I looked at it, and I went through the guides, and from 11 steps, we're only down to 3 right now. So it shows that, you know, we're on the right track. And there's a strong trust issue, but I would have to say that, you know, it's just, you know, her genuine input that she put into it, and it made it easy, you know, to follow, and I could actually visualize our product coming into fruition. So,
and these are stuff she used too.
These are stuff that she went through, because, like, a lot of times that, you know, you don't have to go through making errors. You could follow a person's path that already took those steps. They already went through the errors, so they basically corrected it. So it's like, you know, they made the road a whole lot easy to get to, those. So she's definitely helping us on our journey to achieve. And right now, you know, finally, you know, we're close to, you know, accomplishing our goal. And
the other thing she said about you'll get the no, but if once you get the no, you can't stop. You have to keep going, and that stuck out too. You can't just say, "Oh, I got the no's," and don't try to change something and make it better. You have to keep going until you know, you see that ideal. And
the whole thing is to be, you know, it's just to be realistic, you know, because you could fantasize and say, "Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that." So, but the whole thing is that, you know, you got to go through the challenges.
Yes.
And this is something that, you know, that we're understanding of, that, you know, you have to go through the challenges. You have to overcome the difficulties, though. But the whole thing is, don't give up. And,
absolutely.
You know, you have to believe in what you're doing. And I would have to say is that Lisa gave us that confidence to believe in what we're doing, that it can be done, that it can be achieved. And that's that extra energy to not give up, to, put your all into it and make it happen.
Absolutely. Now, I want to say, how long have you guys been working on this? Like, when was your first idea? Now, how long has it been up to this point? Has it been a few years? Has it been a few months? How long has it been for you?
It's been a few years.
4 years.
About
I said 3 to 4 years.
That's about 3. It would be 4.
2016, I think, we approached Lisa. So at least a year before that, right?
Okay,
I'm not really
about
2015.
Around 16 or 15. Yeah,
somewhere
about 15.
around in there.
Around 15. Again, can't go too much into it because, again, the product isn't made yet, but there's some circumstances that occurred that help create this idea. And I could say this much, that it will be a Bluetooth speaker, and that's as much as we give, on that. And but right now, based on the concept, there's not one out there right now. So we will be pioneers when we complete the product.
That's great.
But again, it was around the time, and the reason why it's taking so long, not that we gave up on the idea, but the whole thing is, we're of humble means, and we have to take it one step at a time.
Right.
I can give an example. Right now, I'm presently working, but what I do is I fill up my gas tank. I put $44 in my wallet. After paying my bills, I put everything else into the business account. And from the business account, as it builds up, I take care of one step at a time. Then once that's complete, then we move on to the next part of it. So it will take time, but again, we're patient, and we don't want to be that patient, but we're patient because nothing happens overnight. And that's where, you have to be realistic, though. Some people are so much in a hurry to try to get there, though, that they become frustrated and just give it up based on the time limit. But, we look at it like this, though. You just have to stay focused and go within your means. And there's a lot of sacrifice. Whereas, we're saying we basically go to the movie or we may have dinner, but there's a lot of things that we may want to do, but we can't do it because of that sacrifice. And one thing I was telling Marci is that, that'll come down the road. Once we achieve what we need to achieve, then we can do some of the things, recreational, travel or whatever, but that'll be down the road. But for right now, we definitely have to sacrifice in order to achieve, our goal.
James and Marci, I love you guys so much. This is Lisa Ascolese. I'm so happy. I've been listening to your conversation and just so happy to be on a call with you tonight, that you guys were able to give us the time, because I know how busy you are. You guys both work so hard. James, you're doing everything that you can to create this product by working overtime in the business that you have. You guys, you know how much I love you, right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And we definitely want to return that love to you, because I would have to say this, and this is so genuine, to achieve what you have achieved, you could have just been selfish and just went for yourself. But one thing that they say is that, when you have something, you can be selfish and just keep it to yourself, though, but you could also share it with others, though. Whereas you're not being selfish for yourself, though, but you're willing to, share with others, though. And that's what you have done, though. You have shared your experience, shared your journey, your trials with others so that they could achieve, though. So that shows that, from your heart, you're not a selfish person.
Thank you.
And what that does is that, that allows other people to pass that on. But if you would have just been, selfish, then Marci would have never found you. We would have been looking at something like another company or something, that really just wanted your money, but not caring about, the individuals themselves. So, and it's that caring that, we see, your genuine heart that we see, and that's, why we have trust, and especially the information that you brought to us, though, is so accurate. And I'll say this, though, like during my break at work, when I had first got it, what I would do is I would go to my car and I would sit and I would look at each step. And under the steps, I would put footnotes on there, though. And what that helps me do is visualize what I'm doing, though. And it allows me to create for each step. So once one step is completed, I go to the next one. I put footnotes under there, though, and it actually shows that map, and it's so clear. I can actually, see the product coming into, fruition just from those steps. And every step that was taken, it works. The results is there, and it's almost like, say, tomorrow is gonna happen, and it's like your guidance has, pushed us in that direction that this will happen. It's not that I hope it happens. No, there's no such thing as the word hope that it's going to happen. No, it is going to happen.
It's like,
and that's how we feel about this.
It's like speaking it into existence.
Amen.
It's like a vision for
making it real.
Amen. But you do that. So, all I can do is give you the tools that you've taken. And thank you so much for those amazing words, and that I give people tools to do everything they need to take their product from concept to fruition the right way. But if you are not the people, the team that has the heart, who has the perseverance to do it, you can't do it. You guys, I'm so proud of both of you, that you have taken the steps, and you call me also. You call me and you'll email me, and you should, and say, okay, Lisa, I'm on step number 4. We're stuck. What do we do? But like you're taking the tools that I've given you, and you're utilizing them. Everyone doesn't necessarily do that. You are I love you guys for being one of the best clients, friends, I have to say, spiritual directive people God gave me, you guys, because you're such a wonderful example of how you can succeed when you follow a directive that is honest and trustworthy. And that really means everything to me. When you're telling me you trust me and you love, you trust the steps. And that's my whole goal in life, is to give you the steps that you're following. And this is all about truth and ownership. Listen, I've been inventing products for so many years, over 38 years. And my dream is to be able to give you the tools that I have been given by the grace of God to do all of the things that I've done. And to have patents, and the patents aren't even it, but taking the steps to be able to get on national shopping networks and to be able to help people like yourselves. And the other thing I want to say is, you guys are such an amazing team. You husband and wife are such an incredible team that I am so moved by both of you, that you support one another every single day. You inspire me. Thank you for being on this show, but you inspire me, that I'm going, every time I talk to Marci and James, I'm going, wow, this is giant, that you just continue to support one another, because my mission statement is lifting each other up 2 hands at a time, and sometimes you just got to use your foot. And I know you use your foot behind closed doors. You don't have to tell us how you kind of, you don't have to tell us that part, but you know that you have to do that, and you guys do that. So not only I thank you for being a part of Inventing A to Z, but supporting one another as a husband and wife team, because it really, teamwork makes the dream work. You can't do it alone. And you guys are a dream client that I have. And I have to thank you so much for speaking your truths and just for hanging in there, because this is not easy, and it's not for everyone.
It's not, but this, Lisa, this, what happens when you take a journey like this, though, it enhances your character.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole thing is, it's easy to give up. It's easy to say, oh, I don't have this, though, and it's taking too long, so I'm going to forget it. I'm just going to give it up, though. It's easy to do that, though.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, there's no character built from that, though. But when you go through the challenge and you accept that challenge, and what I like about it is that, me and Marci is on the same page on
mm-hmm.
this, though. And also when Marci, found you and you helped guide us through this, it made it so much easier, though, because, again, there's this trust factor, but then also it's that reality, that realistic path that you gave us to take, though, and nothing is easy. Nothing
mm-hmm.
is easy, though. Mm-hmm. But this is what happens, though. Once you achieve, though, then it becomes easier, because then that becomes part of your character. That becomes part of your work ethics, though. That becomes part of your truth and your core beliefs, though. And it shows that anything can be done.
Yes.
You persevere, as you go
yes.
through this, and you achieve one after another,
mm-hmm.
though. So the thing is, it allows us to believe that we could accomplish anything.
Mm-hmm.
And we see this, though. It's like, and I'm influenced by a lot of music. Earth, Wind & Fire has a song from the Faces LP. It goes, turn it into something good. And part of the lyrics is, turn it into something good. Remember, you could choose not to lose and be a winner.
Uh-huh.
You just talk about within yourself,
uh-huh.
and you apply what's within yourself, and you bring that out instead of hiding
mm-hmm.
it with him. Bring it out and make it happen, and it makes you action-oriented. And once you become action-oriented and you're taking the steps of truth, then you get truthful results. And that's what, this journey has done, because with me and Marci, we could have been making mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. So maybe we would find a solution, though, but we would have been making mistakes along the way, which, would have took time away from achieving our goal. But, by discovering you allowed us not to make those mistakes, because you gave us a roadmap.
You listened also.
And that roadmap is so through. And
wow.
If we could have did this 3 years ago, we would be where we want to be at right now, though. But, timing is everything.
That happens so we can be
So
where we're at.
we can. So I guess everything happens for a reason. And I'm going back to another song, Stevie Wonder, from the song As. We all know sometimes our pains and troubles will make you wish you was born in another time and place, but you could bet your life there's nothing quite as trouble, because God knew exactly where he had wanted you to be placed.
Amen.
So make sure when you say you're in it but not of it, you're not helping to make it to the place, and that don't help. Turn your words into truth, and then turn that truth into love, and make her children, their children, their great children will live. And what that is that, there's a time for everything.
Amen.
And
reason for the season. There's a reason for the season.
Reason for the season. This was perfect timing, and the time was right. Had we went off on another journey, I don't think we would be where we're at right now. Yeah. So time is everything, and the timing of meeting you allowed this to happen for everything. I think
we appreciate it from the bottom of our heart.
And I appreciate you. Let me tell you something. I'm nothing without you. 100%. And your words mean everything. And you have been the ideal clients. When I tell you, you know that God is everything, right? This does not happen. And I'm not shy to say it. And I'm okay with saying it on public television, radio, whatever. I can say, I know that the reason we connected is through divine intervention.
Yeah, because the
and
way
timing.
you told me how through YouTube and everything, that's crazy. It was meant to be, and I completely believe in fate. And like how you guys said, speaking things into existence, it's, it makes people turn into believers, and that we need more believers.
But they not only do that, but they also do what they need to do, Brittany. Like they follow this incredible path that I've been on the path, and thank you, Jesus, that He gave me. He used me as a vessel to do everything that I'm doing in the right way, and I've made so many mistakes. I've tripped over stuff. I've fallen. I've busted my knees, my chin, my teeth, you name it. I've busted it up.
All your teeth are fake.
That's my daughter, Brittany Ascolese. Only the front two are real. Anyway, so no, just kidding. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to my daughter. No, but I mean you talk about genuine and real, Brittany. My daughter, Brittany,
as real as it gets.
She's realer. You guys know that. But I mean, this is all about, I'm so grateful to God that, I mean, you've said so many incredible things that are so true, that I thank you so much for all of those compliments, that I've got nothing to gain by leading you in a direction that's not right. And I'm so blessed that I do have people like you, Marci and James, that you're doing your due diligence more than anything in the world. You're doing it step by step, the right way. You are, I mean, the reason you're on this show is because you're one of my favorite clients on the planet.
Oh,
the most diligent, the most loving couple who, and I know stuff happens, but you support one another, and that's really super important. That you love and support each other, and you believe in what you're doing, and you keep the faith, and you just keep your determination going, and you just keep the belief in your product. And I'm behind you 100%. I will mentor you from now until the end of the earth. You know that. I'm here for you 100 because of the way because of the people you are. I will always be here for you 100% of the time, and I think you guys know that, right?
Yes,
we know that. You have always made yourself accessible to us, and you're enthusiastic about our product. I mean, after all the years that you've been doing this, people might get that blah syndrome, but you're always upbeat about what we're telling you. Every week, whenever we have to talk to. And I'm sure everybody don't have that spirit. You've been doing this for so many years, and yet you still feel just as enthusiastic about the product as we are, and you're consulting us. So I know that's something that everyone don't have.
Can I tell you something? I say to my clients all the time, and because everybody's not like you, when people, I have hundreds of people coming to me every single week. And if I have to pull enthusiasm out of somebody when they're pitching a product to me, if I have to be more excited about the product than they are, I think they're probably just pitching me the product to just get on Shark Tank or get on QVC or get. You guys have always been so enthusiastic about your product that you excite me. You excite me. Your product excites. No, you excite me. You always have. Do you remember the first day I talked with you guys? And I think it was a Sunday when I called you. And because I always call my clients back, and I called you, and you both said, "Oh my gosh, we're watching you on TV. We're watching."
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
You were watching me on a show when I called you, and that wasn't. I didn't even think about. It was a Sunday, but this is what I said. You know what? I loved. I think you sent me a video, and I was like, I love these people. I'm calling them on a Sunday because I felt your enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm motivates me, and when you watch a Shark Tank and you watch everything, all of these other shows, it's the enthusiasm It's the dream. It's the inspiration. It's the love that you have for your product and the passion that helps other people to want to get on board with what you have. So Marci and James, oh my gosh, I love you. I'm so inspired by you every single day. I thank you so much for being on our show today. You're
glad
definitely
to be here.
As well. Thank you for that opportunity.
And yeah, I'm happy as well. I'm happy I got to get to know you guys. One last question before we wrap up. I know you kind of mentioned, how you guys persevered, you kept going, but is there any real advice? Like this is coming from even say with your neighbor or someone that lives down the street or just complete strangers that have an idea that want to start a business, whether they're individuals or couples, especially couples, they want to get into a business. What advice can you give them to hold that dream? What can you tell them to don't give up? What is the key thing that kept you guys going as a couple?
I would say that's true, Marci. Marci just said support, and that's so true. And I would have to say you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you're able to do it, though. You just can't, say something and, you're not realistic about it. And, because, again, you get into that point of fantasizing of success. I fantasize I'm going to have a car. I fantasize I'm going to live in a mansion. I fantasize I'm going to have a yacht. You can't do that. You have to be realistic in what you do, but then also you have to understand that you will have pitfalls along the way, and that's where the true test comes in at, because if you face that first pitfall, then you may stay in that pit because you give up. You say, no, this is too hard. Just believe in it, accept the challenges, overcome the difficulties, though, and just stay focused and maintain. Nothing is going to happen overnight, but if you believe in what you going to do, what you're going to achieve, though, and you stay the course, though, eventually it's going to happen. And look at it as character enhancement. You look at it as true vision, and you look at it as you're able to achieve and accomplish anything, though, because if you put your mind to it, because it's like this, we are creators, though. If we're created in his or her image, then as a creator, you also supposed to be a creator, so you're able to create, but everything happens from true reality.
I love it. Love it. I love it.
But you have true reality in order to achieve, though, because I'm a firm believer that you create your own reality.
You do.
And as long as you do it on a truthful basis, though, then you're going to get truthful results. So, but if you do it any other way, though, because deception looks like truth, but then when you act upon it, though, it turns into falsehood because you're not operating from a realistic, playing a realistic point of view. So just be true and educate yourself truthfully on what you want to achieve, and eventually you will get there, though. But again, you have to be patient. Nothing happens overnight.
That's right.
But
that's right.
It's going to happen as long as you stay the course.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't let your disappointment be your downfall, because, there's going to be a lot of disappointment. People are going to say things that you don't want to hear. Your next door neighbor, your mother, your father, your aunt. Don't let your disappointment from the voices of others be your downfall, because that can ruin you. And I'm sure you've heard it over and over and over again. How many people, and you shouldn't be saying any of this to anyone ever. Do not share your information, your incredible product with anyone ever, because it takes one word, one voice for somebody to say to you, you know what? That's not a good idea, especially if it's somebody who you respect and love. One person, one voice can be the downfall of the mansion that you've built in your own mind, right? Your dream that you've built can come crashing down because of one voice that you love and respect. Anybody else who you don't really care about can say, you know what, that's ugly. That doesn't make any sense. Like, those voices don't mean one thing. But the person that you respect the most can say something that is the most disastrous thing that you've ever heard, because it's the thing that you love the most and the thing that you've built the biggest and that you love the most. You're hearing from the voice that you love and respect the most. That one person says to you, you know what? I don't think that that's a good idea. Don't let that voice of the person you love the most be the downfall of the thing that you've built to be your greatest dream. Don't let that person, and it's the hardest thing to hear, because you usually go to the person you love the most and respect the most and admire the most, and you say, what do you think of this thing? And sometimes that person that you love and respect the most will not understand the thing that you're building, right? And it could be your mother, your father, your aunt, your favorite person in the world. But when that person says to you, don't think so, it's devastating. It's devastating. So don't let don't let that person that you love the most devastate you or devastate the project or the dream that you have in your heart, because that happens every single day. Believe in your dream, do the thing, go to the person who you know understands the thing that you're doing and you're building. Stick with the people who understand it, because everybody has an opinion, right?
Yeah,
and you know what they say about everybody who has an opinion. We won't talk about that on the radio. So, but
right.
Don't let.
But I know that is so true. Let's say and Marci, she conscious me about that. She said, Daisy, you don't go around telling everybody.
Yes.
I said, no, I don't go around telling everybody, the exact detail, though. But I haven't mentioned, my product to people, but I have mentioned about business, and I see that a lot of them, they really don't see it. A lot of them don't.
They don't have your same vision, James. They don't have your same vision. I stopped sharing with people many years ago. A lot of when I invented my first product, a lot of the women that I shared with were housewives. Like they were stay-at-home moms, and they were housewives, and they were friends and everything. And I said, these are my friends. Let me share this information with these folks. And some of these women would say, well, why would you invent a product? Why would you just not want to, have your husband just support you or whatever? And so they didn't have, then when I heard those words, I knew, I was like, okay, these women, these men, whatever, did not have the same vision, the same love, the same passion, the same energy, the same desire that I had. I said, I have to stop sharing my passion with them and share my passion with people who got my passion, who got it. And everyone will not understand that. You guys are so lucky that you have one another, that you support one another. This is such a gift and such a blessing. I'm going to church tonight. You guys, we're in church right now. You guys we're in church. You guys love and support one another, and this does not always happen. From the day I met you, I have loved you. Why? Because of the love and the support that you have shown to one another, shown me that you are in it for the long haul, and this means everything, and this is rare. Stick together. Do not let people tear you apart because they have an opinion about your product or because of what you're doing. Do not do that. And that's the reason why I love you, James and Marci. Besides and we're not talking about the product that you have. I want to say it so much, but I can't say it. I want to say it out loud, but I can't, under NDA, and you guys need to protect yourselves. So, so before we part, and I know that the clock is ticking, and my crew is saying, okay, Lisa, countdown. But I love having you guys on my show. You are such an incredible support team system for one another. I love you guys so much, and we're going to make this product happen 1,000,000,000% because of you. The idea is great. You're great as a team, and I'm here to support, love you, be your mentor for forever, as long as you need me. And
I'll say, thank you. That means so much, and we strongly love you and appreciate what you have done for us. And another thing that I would like to say is that we're also a podcast fan now.
You better be. Brittany will be like.
You're doing a wonderful job. So y'all work well together.
She's my baby,
and
of course.
So genuine. So I would like to say, keep up the good work and continue to grow, because I can see the influence that y'all have on one another. Things that y'all share, and you're so genuine on your podcast. So I have to say, this is a great show.
That's awesome.
And again, we're a fan of of you, Lisa, but we're also a fan of Brittany, because bring forth the questions. I see how you and your mother interact and how fun and genuine it is.
Well, you guys need to actually wait. You don't even know.
This is just a sample of how we are.
Tidbit.
But the more you'll get to know us, the crazier we are. But guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. We are definitely going to check back with you probably next few months to see where your progress is going. And thank you guys so much, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you, and hopefully very soon we'll be able to tell you what the product is. So right now we have to keep it quiet, but I'm so anxious to tell you about our product. And
well, you better not say a word. You do not tell one single person, because you know.
We are not. No, we're not. Won't you? We're not. There's a time for everything, though, and the time is not now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to happen, but again, not now.
I know. I love you guys. So we're going to wrap up tonight. Thank you again for listening to the Inventors Podcast, and we love you so much. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. Until next time, guys. Until next. Keep on lifting each other up 2 hands at a time. Peace.
Bye, guys. All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right,
bye.
Wow, what a great interview with James and Marci. That was so good. I can't wait to see their progress in the next few months. But what else is happening? What else is going on?
Let me just back it up to them. They were so amazing. They really were. They are the most incredible clients, I have to tell you. They were just they did their due diligence. They stayed the course. They love what they're doing, and they're a great partnership. They're a husband and wife team that just sticks together, and they just support one another, which is so important. So important when you're doing anything in your business. It's important to stick together as a husband and wife team, as a whatever team, whatever you are. But you got to support one another 100%. So they were amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I loved the way you directed them, Brittany. That was great. Like the way you showed them, like you actually, it was a great interview.
Thanks.
Thanks. That's it.
Yep. That's it.
Great interview.
Thanks.
Great interview, Brittany.
Thank you, Mom. So now that, we got the interview and they're great people, I want to talk about, you briefly told me what happened. It happened to you today or the other day. What happened with you? There was a car accident that you saw?
Oh my gosh. So, holy cow. So yes, I heard I was on, I don't know, not that anybody would know what Route 70 is, but I was on Route 70 in Lakewood, and I heard the biggest crash of all times. And it sounded like, how when a dumpster is dumping, like a dumpster truck picks up a dumpster and they drop off garbage, you hear that that loud sound. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So anyway, so it sounded to me in my brain, because the crazy thing is you visualize, and most people do this. They visualize what a sound is. I always visualize a sound. So I visualized or envisioned a dumpster picking up a garbage dumpster and dropping it. And then when I got close to where we live, I see the biggest collision, like that just happened in front of me. So there was an older man sitting on the ground, and a husband, I assume at the time, was a husband and wife. And I'm going, oh my God, this is horrible. There's no way I can keep on going. I had a meeting. I had a conference, actually. I was heading to a meeting. And I'm like, okay, there's no way. I cannot get out of my car and just see if anybody needs help, right? Because when I pulled up to where I was, there was no cops there. There's not an ambulance.
So it probably literally just happened.
Yes, I heard it. So, in fact, as a matter of fact, when my Motivational Monday, see something, say something, because everyone I think on the road assumes that somebody else called the police. They called the police. They called their family. They said something. They saw something. They got out to help another person. You cannot assume that somebody else stopped to help the other person. You have to stop. When you see something, you gotta say something. And I'm so glad that I did. And this is not about me, just like I said in my Motivational Monday the other day. This is about humanitarianism. Like when you see an accident, don't assume that somebody else called the police or they called a family member. I got to tell you something. So when I pulled my car over carefully to the side of the road, I think I made some tracks in the grass because it was a little wet. But I pulled my car over, put my hazards on, and for some reason I had a towel in my car too. Why? I don't even know. I don't even know. But the first thing I thought was, oh my God, I see this man bleeding. So let me grab the towel or something out of my car. Grab the towel and I bring it over to these three people who were sitting on the side of the road. And thank God, I'm so thankful that I did, because his face was exploded. His face was blown up.
Back up. So there was obviously two cars. One of the people in the car was by himself. He was the older man.
The guy who was driving the car smashed in behind.
He smashed into someone's bumper. He smashed into the back
of these two people, husband and wife.
Okay, so they were on one end. The old man was on the other end, correct? Is that what happened?
Ends? I don't know what you mean by ends.
And at one end.
Yeah, so
one guy was on that side, the other people on that side.
Well, I don't know what that means, but anyway.
What do you mean?
One end, the other end.
Like, were they separated? Like, once they got out of the car, were they next to each other?
They were sitting down on the curb together. Like,
yes, that's what I wanted to know.
Okay, yes, you need a visual. Yes. So the old man smashed into these two people who were in one car. His car was jacked up.
So you went up to the man. He was bleeding.
His face was bleeding, his everything. Well, I didn't even know what was happening. All I saw was anyway, so yes, I grabbed a towel out of my car. I went to the scene of the
You're situation. A witness. You know you're a witness
I was not a witness because I didn't see the accident happen. I was not a witness. My witness was the fact that the guy was sitting there. All I thought about was how long it had been from the time I pulled my car over and put my flashes on to the time I went to these people, right? It was kind of like a long time. It must have been, I don't know.
A few minutes.
It was a few minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So you were there, you gave the guy your towel because he was bleeding.
Yeah.
Now, does he know what happened? Did he explain what happened to you?
I think he was in complete and total shock, just like the people he hit. So he was bleeding, and I said to him, is there anybody that you should be called. Do you have a wife? Do you have a like anybody? Is there somebody that you need to call? And you know what he said to me? He said, I should probably call my wife, but she's going to be pissed.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, what?
She will be pissed.
Why would she be pissed? Why would
Because he got into a, not pissed, but like
his
upset,
face was
like sad, like
bleeding.
upset, sad, like pissed, sad. Unless he was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing while he was driving.
That's
why she could be pissed.
That's another story. I was like, wait, what do you mean? He goes, I should call my wife, but she's going to be pissed.
Did he explain why?
Can I? No, let me just say this, because life is so fragile and so precious that why would somebody... I was so grateful that the man was alive that I didn't even know.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm saying that maybe he did something he wasn't supposed to be doing. Maybe he wasn't supposed to be driving.
Maybe, yeah.
Like,
that's
know.
possible.
But what happened? Were you there when the police showed up?
As soon as the ambulance showed, because I did have a meeting, and I stopped, and believe me, let me tell you something was going through my mind. I'm going, okay, so the devil and the angel. I'm going, there's no way I could leave this site without knowing that these people are all taken care of, because I had a meeting right then. I was literally pulling in so that I could have my conference call, and I was like, there's no way on earth that I could pull into my meeting and not make sure that these people were taken care of. Anyway, so yes. So once everybody pulled up, the ambulance, I called the guy's wife. I called his wife. I said to him, and I'm backtracking because this has just happened. So this just happened. So I said to him, call your wife, call someone. So as he said, his wife is going to be pissed. And I'm going, Lord God in heaven, if I'm afraid to reach out to somebody who I love because they're going to judge me because I'm in an accident, like, you need to redirect my spirit. You need to, like, make me go in a different direction, because this man was, when I tell you, he was bleeding profusely, Brittany. His nose, his mouth, his face was jacked up. And he's going... Yeah, I don't want to call my wife because she's going to be pissed. Guys, okay. You need to rethink some situations. Because if your husband or your wife is going to be pissed, to me, this man was near death, as far as I'm concerned, with how much blood was coming out of his face. And my spouse is going to be pissed. Because
They'd be pissed if you didn't call him. I'd be pissed if you didn't call.
Because you didn't call. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'd be pissed because you didn't call. But what kind of a relationship is that? And this is not a relationship show. Oh, it could be. How could you not immediately want to call the person, your husband, your wife, your partner, that you're in a relationship with, because you think they're going to be pissed because you were in an accident? Like, that stinks.
Well, yeah, it does. What was the end result? So was it police first, or was the ambulance that came first?
The ambulance. So this guy, I guess he was an EMS guy. He was actually driving a Mercedes. But anyway, so no, there were no cops came. That was the other thing that freaked me out. So I left when the ambulance came and took them away. The couple and the guy, the older guy.
I wonder what happened I wonder if he had a stroke or had something.
I don't know what happened. So the other people that he hit, the guy was like, he must have been sleeping, because they were actually at a light.
Right, yeah. And
he hit them without stopping. I mean, you saw the picture I showed you. He hit them without stopping. There was no brakes at all. There was no skid marks. He just, I don't know.
Well, hopefully he's okay. And
I hope
the people that got into the accident are
okay.
Yeah. I hope they're okay. So the moral to the story is, see something, say something.
Yes.
I know sometimes people are oh, I'm not getting involved with that. But
you got to get involved.
Sometime, depending on the situation, if it's safe for you, you should do something. You know, if I see someone hitchhiking, I'm not going to say you need a ride.
Oh, no.
But in certain situations, you got to see something, say something.
Yeah, so if you see something, in fact, I did a Motivational Monday video about all of this. And I never want my children to, like, put themselves in a situation where they're not safe. I pulled my car over, had my hazards on. I knew it was a safe development. It was daylight. And I knew that I was in a safe position.
You know what's funny? It just popped in my head. When I was going to work this morning, I stopped at a Wawa and I was getting coffee. And this woman, maybe in her late 30s, early 30s or something, like mid-30s, she walks up frantic. She's like, I was just assaulted outside. If you see him come in, call the police. Like, she just said that.
This happened today?
Yeah.
What?
That's right. It happened today. So nobody reacted. And then I'm like, wait, is she talking to herself or is she talking out loud? So I go to her and I'm like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then she's like, thank you for asking. I really appreciate it.
Huh.
So a guy, I guess, assaulted her out. This was like this morning at like 9-something a.m.
Out.
I'm like, but I'm happy. I would have had her back because it's a public place. It's 9 a.m. So.
But wait. So she said,
I was just assaulted outside. If he comes in here, call the police. If, you know, she just was like babbling.
Did you know what happened after that?
No. I didn't ask what happened. I just said, are you okay? That's it. She's like, I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking. Because no one else responded to this woman.
That's what I'm talking about.
So that's what I did.
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
So this is where,
and I watched her. I made sure she got in her car. Like I didn't tell her I was watching her, but I wanted to make sure she was in her car. So yeah, that's see something, say something.
Seriously.
Hashtag, yeah.
No, hashtag see something, say something.
Yeah.
And people don't always do that because they assume somebody else is doing it. They assume somebody must have called the police. If somebody's screaming, they must have called the police. If somebody's being beat up,
or they're like, I don't want to get into it. That's not my business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is that? It is your business. It's your business. I mean, I don't know whether you agree.
Like I said, it depends.
It's always my business.
Not what I just say. Okay. Hitchhiker. Okay. Not my business.
Not hitchhiker.
That's what I'm saying.
No, not that. Well, I'm just saying, if someone is hurt on the ground, somebody got beat up, they got hit by a car, whatever it is, a car accident, you cannot assume that somebody else called the police. It is your humanitarian, what's it called? Ismness.
Yeah.
To call, it's up to you to call the police. It's up to you. I don't care who you are, what you're doing, how busy you are. It is your responsibility as a human being to call somebody. You don't have to like get in the middle of what the thing is. You don't have to, don't get in. I'm not saying get into the middle of a fight or anything like that, but it's your responsibility. When you see something, you gotta say something. And I will be pissed if my kids don't. And I know all three of you would. There's no way on earth that, and Phil has like said to me, believe me, I wanted to jump out of the car in a million different scenarios. He's like, okay, nope, don't jump out. It's not safe, or don't, because it's not safe. And I always make sure I'm safe, but there's no way I will ever, if a man is beating up a woman's beating up a man, not that I'll get in the middle of it.
Right.
But yeah. I will 100% do whatever I can to make that situation stop, get it under control by calling the authorities, call the police, call somebody, make a noise around the situation so it stops. Don't just look at whatever's happening. Make sure you intervene, like whatever the thing is happening. You're supposed to. People die every single day because people don't say anything. They don't get involved. I don't want to be involved. Get involved. We're brothers and sisters. Get involved. It's your job. You're supposed to do it.
Absolutely. I love that. That's amazing. And I think that's the perfect way to wrap up this podcast with powerful words like that. Guys, thank you so much for listening to us. What a powerful ending of this segment. Please listen to us, continue listening to us on wherever you hear this podcast, whether on your Android or your Apple. And if you are on Apple Podcasts, please rate us 5 stars. We would love that. And write a little something for us, how good we're doing and how much the Inventress is inspiring you every single day, just like she inspires James and Marci. You can also, if you have any questions, if you have a product like James and Marci, you want to know how to get it started, go to info@inventingatoz.com. Ask a question. You can also ask a question on the podcast. It's the Inventress Podcast @gmail.com. Also, go to my mom's website, aowie.com. If you want to go to any of the conferences we have coming up, such as November 2nd in Lakewood at the Hilton. It's going to be a really fun holiday bazaar. Also, inventingatoz.com. You can check out her bio, everything that she's been doing. Guys, you can't miss out on this opportunity. We're going to have so many more interviews and stories from clients and people that have really touched our lives. And it's just going to be great.
And they do, Brittany, they do. And I loved that interview. Thank you for your incredible questions. Oh my gosh, James and Marci, that was an amazing interview. And just, you know what? Everybody's not privy to how to give us 5 stars. What does 5 stars mean? What does that mean when they go to our...
Okay, so I'll break it down.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have an Apple phone, on your phone, it says podcast. It's an uploaded app already that's on there. You don't have to go to the Apple Store.
It's on there automatically?
Yes, correct. It's on there automatically.
Uh-huh.
It's purple. It says podcast.
So I have that on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You click it. Since they already have us, they're already listening to us.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go to shows. If you already listen to us, since you do, it says the Inventress Podcast. You scroll all the way down, and you'll see a thing that says ratings and reviews.
Okay.
And then there's stars.
So if they go to podcast, they go to the podcast, they click on that.
They click on the Inventress
Podcast. And then they see the Inventress I see it. There I am. Okay. I see the Inventress Podcast. So then what happens then? They click on that.
See what I'm doing?
Uh-huh.
You scroll down.
Okay.
You see the double zeros or double 2s, double 5s, whatever, but the ratings.
Gotta be double somethings. Uh-huh.
You'd star.
Yeah.
Like you'll see I'll hit 5 stars.
Okay.
It'll pop up. Submitted. And then see all, do ratings. And you can do your own ratings and reviews.
What does that do, though? How does that help
us
the show?
Momentum. So it will actually push us up. So when people want to search for inventing, entrepreneurship, motivation, we'll be up there.
Okay.
Like how I want to search for I love Seinfeld, so I typed in Seinfeld podcast, and one podcast came up in particular because they had a lot of reviews and ratings, high ratings. That's how I got to see them first.
No way.
Rather than others.
Okay.
So that's how you break it down.
No clue. And I love to learn something new every single day.
Well,
I know what I'm talking about in terms of inventing, but when it comes to all of these things, I depend on Brittany. That's why she does the commercial breaks, because I don't know what all that stuff is about. Podcast stuff and
you're just going along. You're just going with the motions.
I'm going along with whatever you're saying, girl, because you're the person in charge. You got it.
All right, thanks. Also, one more thing, guys. On our social media, or on her social media rather, Instagram, The Inventress, Facebook, Lisa Ascolese, LinkedIn, if you want to connect, Lisa Ascolese, Twitter, Lisa Ascolese. So, guys, we look forward to another amazing podcast with you. And I think that's it, Ma. Do you have anything else to say?
I just want to continue to lift each other up 2 hands at a time. And sometimes you just have to use your foot. Peace.